saying the notion couldn't be true. But in my heart, I now believed the bullshit that had been written and how each man I'd slept with had now become a part of me. I then started to think about their different personality traits and how each of them had left me with something, or rubbed off on me in some way. I even thought about my first love, the man who'd obviously left me with major intuition, allowing me to recognize game before it ever got too close. The notion that they each had contributed to my outlook on life made me think differently. Undoubtedly, some biologist somewhere will challenge me on this. But of course, I'm not concerned with that. I actually believe this is true. And since it's my journal, my life, then who cares? My past is my past and cannot be erased. I've learned many things through my relationships. Some I'm proud of, and others I'm not. Maybe I'll tell my story soon, with hopes that women from everywhere will learn something from my experiences. Of course, I'll be stepping on the toes of the men who'd rather keep our encounters a secret. But hey, karma always comes knocking. I'm prepared. Let the games begin. 1. Groomed for the game. Tear ducts? What the hell are those? My mother, Jackie Nadel, said I was born without them. Imagine bursting from your mother's womb, unable to shed a tear. She said the doctor slapped my behind hard several times to make me cry, but this borderline abuse resulted only in slight moans escaping my lips. A young mother at 17, she had no idea what to do with me. Like most kids in the projects, I didn't have a father, so she had no support there. Well, I had one, but he was more of a sperm donor than anything else. He saw me 3 days after I was born and a limited number of times since, ultimately becoming a ghost in my life. But that seemed to be the norm. None of my friends had fathers around. My mother and I lived with my grandmother and 2 aunts in the Cypress Hill projects in Brooklyn, New York, in a 3-bedroom apartment. Supposedly, from the first day my mother brought me home, I slept through the night. Most babies wake up crying, some at the top of their little lungs to let you know they're hungry. Not me. I guess my survival skills already kicked in. My mother tells how she kept waking up and checking on me to make sure I was still breathing. She often wondered why her child didn't cry every 3 or 4 hours in need of a bottle and went to my grandmother for advice. That child isn't normal, my grandmother said. What baby doesn't wake up from milk? Night after night, my mother continued to wake me up to feed me. But my grandmother, the matriarch of the family, took a stand. She ordered my mother to stop feeding me. I want to hear her cry, she demanded in her strong Puerto Rican accent. Stop feeding her until she cries for a bottle. Her lungs need to develop, she said. At first, the story seemed unbelievable, but now I understand. I'm still searching for an answer about my lack of emotion at the age of 33. I've been told that I'm as cold as my name, Winter. That comment should hurt, but it doesn't. It's who I am. I believe my kinks are innate, while others say my experience made me who I am today. I can say this, it wasn't the music industry that did it. I'd been that way all of my life. Maybe not having a father in the house affected me. Maybe I was born with a heart of steel. Or maybe growing up in a house full of strong women who told me early on that men weren't shit made an impression. Some may think that 4 women living under the same roof in the hood would be chaotic, but we made it work. While that many females in one spot is usually a breeding ground for trouble, there wasn't a whole lot of bickering and catfighting. It was just the opposite. My aunts, Leslie and Mickey, worked constantly, keeping pockets full of money while my mother worked, went to school, or just plain disappeared. My grandmother, Maria Natal, raised me like her own. I even started calling her Mom. And my mother, Jackie. Still, I was spoiled rotten, like the baddest apple in the store. Jackie came over occasionally when I was a toddler, and when she made an appearance, she always showered me with gifts. At the age of 3, I lived like a princess with a room full of Barbie dolls, the latest and most expensive clothes, the newest toys, and the best shoes.